Jennifer Lopez. Now, some of y'all might be too young to remember this, but back in the late 90s, J-Lo and Diddy, or Puff Daddy as he was called back then, were everywhere together. Red carpets, magazine covers, club appearances, you name it. They were like the Kanye and Kim of their time, just with fewer meltdowns. In 1999, J-Lo was blowing up in Hollywood, and Diddy was ruling the music world. They were the ultimate power couple. But then, things took a crazy turn. In December of that year, they were both involved in a nightclub shooting in New York. 3 people got hit, and Diddy and J-Lo were seen speeding away in his SUV, which the cops later pulled over. To make things worse, the police found a stolen gun in the car. J-Lo was cleared of everything real quick, but Diddy wasn't so lucky. He ended up facing charges for gun possession and even tried to bribe his driver to take the fall for him. While their relationship didn't last long after all that drama, they have kept things cool over the years. They have still got that mutual respect, like members of an exclusive, once dated a legend club. It is like no matter what, they will always have that crazy chapter in their lives they can look back on. Or avoid talking about altogether. Usher. Mr. Confessions himself. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Diddy and Usher go way back. Like way back when Usher was just a teenage heartthrob, trying to make it in the game. And Diddy pretty much took Usher under his wing. And when I say under his wing, I mean Usher literally lived with Diddy for a while. Imagine crashing at Diddy's crib as a teen, like your cousin who says they will stay for the weekend, but ends up sticking around for a few months. But Usher's dropped some cryptic hints in interviews that living with Diddy wasn't exactly all R&B ballads and chill vibes. He has kept the details vague, but he has hinted at seeing some stuff that left a lasting mark on him, and not in a good way. The I saw things I can never unsee vibes, thanks to Diddy's infamous parties. Usher never spells it all out, but you can read between the lines. That said, no matter how wild those early years were, Usher has got to give credit where it is due. Without Diddy's mentorship, we might never have gotten hits like Yeah, or those smooth moves we all tried, and failed, to copy at school dances. Justin Bieber, Biebs. The kid who went from a sweet Canadian pop star to a full-blown troublemaker right before our eyes. And who is to blame? Well, let's not forget Usher was Bieber's mentor, and before Usher, Diddy had a hand in shaping Usher. It is like this weird game of mentorship dominoes. Diddy to Usher, Usher to Bieber, and, well, you get the picture. There is an infamous story that back in Bieber's early days, Diddy invited him to his mansion for a weekend. Just a little hangout that turned into a wild 48-hour party. We all know Bieber's early years were anything but squeaky clean. From peeing in mop buckets to bringing a pet monkey on tour, the dude was living that chaotic rock star life. So, what happened at Diddy's mansion? Well, Bieber hasn't spilled all the details, but he has hinted it was so intense that he wouldn't wish it on anyone. Knowing Diddy's legendary party rep, you've got to wonder what kind of madness went down behind those mansion doors. Jay-Z. Now, if you thought things were dramatic before, let's talk about Diddy and Jay-Z. They are on another level. Both kings of the game, both dripping in cash and power. On the surface, they look like best buds, popping bottles together at fancy events and flexing their billionaire status. But frankly, there is only room for one king of New York, and both of them want that crown. Diddy and Jay-Z have this frenemies thing going on where one minute they are cool, and the next minute, it feels like they are subtly throwing shade at each other. There is a reason you rarely see these two actually collaborating musically. Still, they respect each other's hustle, and when they show up at the same party, you know that is where the real bosses are. Eminem. There is no love lost between these two, because Eminem hates Diddy, and he has made that crystal clear in his music. It all goes back to some of the darkest conspiracies in hip-hop history. Rumors have swirled for years that Diddy had something to do with the murders of Tupac and Biggie. Some say he paid for the hits, especially on Biggie, who was signed to his label. People in the industry have whispered about it for years, and Eminem has used his lyrical genius to throw Diddy under the bus more than once, hinting that Diddy has got blood on his hands. In Kill Shot, Eminem went for the throat with the line, "Puff, you know who really killed Tupac, don't you?" That is not a diss. It is a straight-up accusation. In M's eyes, Diddy is the guy lurking in the shadows, pulling strings and getting away with murder, literally. But why hasn't Eminem come out and flat-out accused Diddy in public? Well, he is no fool. Diddy is one of the most powerful figures in the industry, and directly calling him a killer could land you in a world of trouble. So instead, Eminem does what he does best. He adds it into his tracks, where he can drop those accusations without ending up dead or in a legal battle. Some say he is playing it safe, but M knows what is up. He is not about to end up in the same tragic stories as Tupac and Biggie by calling out the wrong guy. 50 Cent. This one is spicy. If there is one dude who lives to roast Diddy, it is 50 Cent. Honestly, 50 could write a whole book on his beef with Diddy, but it would probably be a pop-up book, because this drama just keeps coming back to life. These two have been taking shots at each other for years. According to 50, it all started when Diddy offered to take him shopping. Yep, shopping. And 50 was like, "Nah, I am good." And ever since then, he has been roasting Diddy. Petty? Sure. Hilarious? Absolutely. 50 has even dragged Diddy's infamous freak-off parties and said that they are more than just wild A-list gatherings. Basically, 50 has hinted that some weird stuff goes down at these parties. And when did Diddy's latest legal issues make the headlines? You know, 50 was all over Instagram, posting memes and clowning the situation like it is his full-time job. If 50 is roasting Diddy, you know it is going to be entertaining as hell. Leonardo DiCaprio. Yep, even Leonardo DiCaprio has ended up in Diddy's wild orbit. Now, Leo and Diddy seem like an odd pair. One is an Oscar-winning actor who is all about yachts and saving the planet, and the other is known for throwing parties that make Vegas look like a church picnic. But hey, that is Hollywood. Everyone rubs shoulders sooner or later. Diddy and Leo have been spotted at a bunch of the same events, especially at the Cannes Film Festival, where Diddy famously hosted an after-party on one of his yachts. Rumor has it, Leo only stuck around for part of the madness before slipping off, probably to chill on his own eco-friendly yacht. I mean, even Leo has got to have a limit when it comes to keeping up with Diddy's party scene. It is hard to imagine DiCaprio bumping to Bad Boy for Life. But who knows? Maybe he busted out some secret dance moves when nobody was watching. After all, even Leo has got to cut loose every once in a while. Will Smith. You didn't think we would get through a Diddy list without mentioning Big Willie Style, did you? Will Smith and Diddy have always had a chill relationship, though they have never been as tight as some of the others on this list. That said, Will is definitely to his fair share of Diddy's legendary parties, because when you are as famous as these two, it is only a matter of time before you cross paths. Diddy once personally invited Will to one of his birthday bashes back in the day, and apparently things got so wild that Will quietly slipped out before things got a little too un-Will Smith. No public drama or anything, but it seems even the Fresh Prince wasn't ready for the full Diddy experience. But, according to rumors, in the early 2000s, when Diddy's parties were even crazier, Will and Jada hit up one of his more exclusive after-parties. And this wasn't a family-friendly event. Whether the rumors are true or not, it seems even Mr. Family Man himself couldn't resist getting pulled into Diddy's wilder side after slipping out of it once. Maybe he regretted sneaking out early that time. J. Cole almost threw hands with Diddy at the 2013 VMAs after-party. Allegedly, the drama popped off when Diddy, after a few too many drinks, decided to confront Kendrick Lamar over his controversial King of New York line from Control. Diddy wasn't feeling it, and he made sure Kendrick knew. But just when things were about to get wild, J. Cole swooped in, ready to defend his boy Kendrick. And when I say Cole stepped in, I don't mean he just talked it out. Nah, it got heated, like fists almost flying heated. This was no more about the rap beef over lyrics. It was about respect. Cole made it clear that he wasn't going to let anyone, even a powerhouse like Diddy, come for his friend. Cooler heads eventually stepped in to calm things down. But that ain't all. If you listen closely to Cole's tracks, like She Knows, Fans believe he is dropping cryptic bars about some darker stuff. Some say Cole's hinted at Diddy being connected to the deaths of legends like Michael Jackson, Left Eye, and Aaliyah. Are these just wild theories? Maybe. But the fact that people think Cole is out here exposing the industry's darkest secrets through his lyrics, that just shows how much weight his words carry. One thing is for sure, Cole isn't scared to call out the big players, even Diddy himself. Young Miami. We can't talk about Diddy without bringing up Young Miami, one of his more recent headline-grabbing hookups. If you have been anywhere near social media in the last year, you have seen these two all over the place. Young Miami, one half of the City Girls, has been linked to Diddy romantically and in just about every gossip-worthy way you can think of. And trust me, this wasn't a low-key, on-the-down-low kind of thing. These two were everywhere, from luxurious vacations to viral social media posts that had everybody talking. They were super open about their situationship. You know, the classic, we are not officially dating, but we are kind of dating vibe that only celebs can pull off, like it is no big deal. Young Miami didn't shy away from expressing her feelings for Diddy, and even though she has said they weren't in a traditional relationship, you could feel the chemistry between them every time they stepped out in public. In fact, the two even sat down for a joint interview where Diddy dropped the bomb that he wasn't in a relationship, while still seeing Young Miami. Classic Diddy move, we are not together, but don't even think about talking to anyone else. While things between them seem to have cooled down lately, Young Miami is now forever part of the Diddy saga. She has earned her place in the gossip world, right alongside all his other high-profile connections. Thank you for sticking through till the end. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like button. Perhaps if you're interested in more videos like this one, hit the subscribe and notification bell to always know when the new video is up. It's free, and you can always change your mind.